before starting about Python or anything, let's understand about AI. This what is artificial intelligence. Everyone understanding artificial intelligence, the concept is very important because nowadays everyone talking about AI, but what exactly AI, no one knows about it. Okay, so we'll talk about that first. So as you can see, I've already mentioned that it's much more just chat. People think that AI is just chatty, given and all. But it is not that. Okay. So AI is already around you every single day. You interact with dozens of AI multiple times without realize, like net for you, right? When you open your Netflix or when you open your YouTube, you get recommendations, right? Recommends what to watch next based on your habits. So if watching action movies Netflix, you make some similar action movie recommendation in your Netflix. So if you are watching some podcast of Bharat Samhani, you make another recommended you of faster too. So this is how it works. Then Google Maps or GPS. It uses AI to predict the traffic and finds the fastest route in real time. So you've seen that whenever you search for any route while going to any place, right? You always see that it does some process, and through that process it tries to find out the fastest route for you. Okay, it happens through AI. Then Spotify all music, right? It curates playlists that match your mood and taste. So you may listen some music of Alan Walker, maybe some Indian singer, right? So based on your choice, based on your taste, it always suggests you some new songs, right? Or some new playlists. So this happens based on the AI only. Then face unlock, right? Your phone has your face unlock feature, right? How it is doing? It is also an AI only. Then Amazon or Flipkart. So you know, right? Source the product that you did not know you wanted yet. So if you have bought some product on Diwali, so next year Diwali you will get a similar recommended product in your uh, Flipkart or Amazon page. This happens using AI only. Then bank fraud detection. So sometimes some suspicious transactions happens in the bank, and through AI only it detects that okay, this can be the fraud transaction. So again, this all are the examples of AI that is happening, but we don't know about it. We just think ChatGPT and Claude is all about AI, but AI is much more than that. And these are the few of the examples about it. Next, so what exactly is artificial intelligence? So AI is the ability of machines to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, like understanding language, recognizing images, making decisions, and learning from experience. Right? So AI is one kind of ability that normally we need as human, and we use AI to understand multiple languages, to recognize some images or videos, whatever, and making some decisions using AI, and also learn from mistakes or learn from experience. Okay, so learning, perceiving, and deciding, this all are the steps for AI. Okay, then a brief history about AI. So on to 1950, Turing test happened. You guys might have heard about it. Turing test. So Alan Turing asked, "Can machines think?" So on that time, AI think a little bit. AI think came into the picture. After that, on 1956, AI was born, and we got to know about artificial intelligence by Dartmouth. Then on 1997, IBM Deep Blue beats world chess champion Gary Kasparov. So that was one AI which beat the world chess champion. Okay. Then on 2012, deep learning came into the picture. Neural network starts beating humans at image recognition. So on 2012, deep learning came and it was able to do pretty good image recognition. Okay. And 2022, AI is everywhere. Then ChatGPT came into the picture. Gemini, Claude, Llama, blah blah blah. Everything came up into the picture. So you can say from 2012 onwards, AI was started booming. Okay, and how does AI actually learn? If I really needs to know that how does AI actually learn? So think of AI learning like how a child learns to recognize a cat. Simple. How a child tries to learn something, same way AI does. Okay, what we do, we feed data. We show thousands of cat photos labeled as cat and dog photos labeled as dog. So if I want a child to recognize a dog or a cat, I have to show multiple dogs, multiple cats, and teach that child that this is called cat, this is called. So by seeing thousands of examples, now the child can recognize that okay, this is a cat or this is a dog. So how it does it? So it collect the training data. So this is called training data. I've collected images, just thousands images of a cat, thousands images of a dog. This is my training data. Then find patterns. So AI looks for patterns, pointy ears, whiskers, fur texture. It's build a mathematical model called a neural network. So once I have the images of the cats, of the dogs, then what we do, based on some stuff in the image, like how ears are, dogs ears, how their nose, how their teeth, how their body structure, right? We tries to understand that part, and that we do it using neural network. So this is neural network which can help you to find the patterns. Again, what is neural network and all we discuss, but the namesake you have to understand. And neural network is saying which is actually doing the process and learning about the pattern about cat. Once you know that okay, this texture means this is cat and this texture is dog, then we do the prediction. So show a nuance in photo. AI says 90% sure this is a cat. It improves with every mistake it corrects. So what happens? AI really cannot tell you that okay, this is cat or this is dog. It always tells you in percentage that I'm 90% sure this is a cat or I'm 80% sure this is a dog. It always tells you in percentage. And our job is to improve this percentage. If your AI is telling by seeing some dog image that okay, this is 80%, I'm 80% sure this is a dog, which is good. But you need to train your model far better way so that it can go towards 90, 95, 99, right? So this is how basically AI works. Okay. Then you have to understand AI is not equal to just chatbots like Call, Claude, ChatGPT are there, right? Are chatbots that we ask question and it always answers. But AI is not means chatbot, okay? But it is application AI. Think like that. So upon what there are thousand things can using AI like the language AI. So language is like a chatbot where you ask your question. If you ask in Hindi, it answers you in Hindi. If you ask questions in English, in Spanish, it will answer you that way. Second, this is called language AI. Then computer vision. Now computer vision thing can read it in data that can understand video data that can by seeing your video it can detect that this is let's say this is Mohsin, right it tells wait then certain card does right as having how it happens it based on sensors as well as cameras. It sees the surroundings, and by seeing the surroundings it predicts that okay, in front of me one car is going to me what a bike is going, right? It tries to understand that way. Then face recognition, so by seeing your face it can detect this is Mohsina, this is Aksata, right? So this is the example. The another one is speech AI. What is speech AI? Like Siri, Alexa, you have, right? Google Assistant, you have. So these things are speech AI. Again, it's also AI, but speech AI, which understands speech, right? Then robotics and robotics AI is getting used. Predictive AI. Predictive AI, like where we use machine language to be predict the stock prices, then weather forecast, disease outbreak prediction, right? So these are the classical machine learning problems that we solve for predict AI. Then game playing AI, okay? Gameplay like AlphaGo beat world champion Go player OpenAI 5 in Dota 2. So AlphaGo was one AI which was a bit world champion in Go. So this is all about AI and how AI transforming every industry. It's working in healthcare, it's working in education, it's working in transportation, it's working in finance, it's working all other domains. so that it can transform every industry. And what is the difference between AI and human intelligence? Simple difference. AI can process millions of operations in a second, but humans cannot. Okay? AI has very limited creativity or emotional feelings. Humans have a lot of creativity and emotion, right? Learn style, millions of examples. So I need millions of examples to learn something. Where we human one example to learn something, right? Right? Like sense, AI doesn't have any common sense, but we human have it. Then memory, perfect recall of training data. But for us, we forget, we reconstruct, we have memories, right? We try to do that way. Adaptability. AI has a rigid outside scope and was a highly flexible and curious. Human can easily adapt something new, but AI need it's really outside the training. If you give something out the training scope, it may not work that great. And the physical world, AI is not exist physically. Like no. To use our we have sensors. We are embodied, right? So the last PPT, that is common myth, AI myths that we are going to bust it. AI is conscious feeling. It is a myth. AI process patterns in data. It has feelings, awareness, or understanding. It matches, not matching. This is the reality. AI knows everything and it always right. This is it can hallucinate. It can hallucinate. It can confidently state wrong information. Always verify important AI outputs. AI can confidently say that this is the right answer that I am telling you, but it is wrong. It can be wrong. So you have to always check it. This is the reality. Then AI will take our jobs. This is the myth. AI replaces repetitive tasks but creates new roles. Just as computers didn't end employment, AI won't either. People say, nah, we will eat your job and blah blah blah. Then computer could have taken all the jobs, but we have lot many jobs now. Software engineer, AI engineer, scientist, journalist, right? Replace repetitive tasks. But just to run that AI, you need a human also. So it cannot eat our jobs. AI is neutral and unbiased. This is a myth. AI trained on biased data produces biased result. Human oversight is critical to ensure fairness. So AI, these things that you see, right, this all trained on data. On what kind of data? The data exists in the internet or exists in this world. Who created this data? We humans only created this data, right? So you know, right? Market or human things are biased, right? Few like people who has more money, market biased towards them, not towards the poor people, right? So like that, AI trained on biased data. That's why you always see the answers are also biased. Okay, and the feature of AI is pretty good. You can see our AI tutors can be built, climate solutions can be built using AI, and personalized medicines can be built using AI, ethical AI governance, scientific discovery, intelligent robots, and these all things can be done using AI. So AI you have to learn, and this is why because of this opportunities, it's matter to you. Okay, so this much I wanted to mention about the AI. Okay, before starting anything about Python and blah 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 things, you needed to know a bit about AI. So we need to install few things in our laptop. First of all, we need to know about Python, and that's why we need to know about Python. And we need to install few stuff. First of all, you need to install Python in your laptop. Now, if you do not have, you have to install it. If you have it, just relax. So go to the Microsoft Store if you have Windows laptop. Go to Microsoft Store and search Python. And I suggest you install Python from Microsoft Store, because if you download it from Microsoft Store, it installs in a proper folder in your laptop. But if you do not, right, if you download it from the Python website, it's very difficult. It's very irritating process to install it in a proper folder. That's why I always suggest that use Microsoft Store to install Python in your laptop. So this is the Python 3.12 which we are going to use it in our case, and I want you people to install it. Okay. So for me it is installed, but you need to install it by going into this page. All right. Specifically Python 3.12. So we need to use Python 12 because Python 3.12 is the most competitive Python version. Use 3.9, 3.10, it work problem. But when you implement projects, when you implement multiple libraries, on that time we'll have conflict. Okay, we will have issues, we get unnecessary errors because of the older version. So for now, Python 3.12 is the most compatible version. That's why I'm suggesting you to use it. Okay, and guys, hold on. I'm not done yet. There are multiple things we install today. One by one, I'll tell you. Again, Google Colab, we do everything. Don't worry. Just be patient. Okay. Okay. So we are done with this. So another thing that I want you people to install, that is called VS Code. Search VS Code, download, and just click on this and install it. Okay. I just you need to know about Google Colab also. So what is Google Colab? Google Colab is something like Jupyter Note that we use in the future. So it is an online available uh, thing by Google where you can execute your Python code without overheading your environmental thing. Right? So I am here. So you can use Google Colab also to execute your Python code. If you have any issues related to space in your laptop or something like that, you can use Google Colab. Okay, everyone. So today we'll talk about two things: Python variables and data types, and Python operator. We'll talk this things today. Okay. So it's undone about Python fundamental. Again, this notebook will be in the description, into description, as well as in the Excel sheet. You can explore both of this. Okay. Great. So that's variables and data type. So we talk about the variables and data type, and this is for absolute beginners. Okay. 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 So the very first section that we are going to discuss, that is regarding the zero variable. What is a variable? So think of a variable as a labeled box that stores a value in your computer's memory. As simple as that. Like here I have showed one example. You can see I have defined one variable name equals to Rahul. Now you can think like this: Rahul, the value stored inside this box. This Rahul name stored inside this box, and this thing we call it as a name. We are labeling this box as a name, and this is the variable name. Okay, and there are few rules for naming such variables. Okay, like it must start with a letter or underscore. You cannot start a variable name with a digit. So this is some rules that you need to know. It must start with a letter or an underscore. It can contain letters, digits, and underscores. It is case sensitive. Case sensitive means this age or small letters and this age where A is the capital letters are different. Python is case sensitive and you need to keep in mind. Then cannot be a Python keyword like if, for, while, true, etc. are Python keywords. Okay, so you cannot use these names in your variables because these are taken by Python already. So that is why you cannot take them. Okay, then Python naming conventions. There are two type of naming convention that most of we talk. That is snake case and uppercase. Snake case means like this, and uppercase means like this. So these are the naming conventions that we follow while writing anything inside Python. Okay. Okay. So now I am creating few variables. Student name equals to Priya. I am storing a text value in a variable. So student age 21. Student GPA 8.75 is enrolled true. So what I am doing? अरे यार, sorry. So what I am doing here? I am storing this all values. Okay, I'm storing this all values in multiple variables. And if I really need to see these values, I am simply printing it. Print student name, print student age, print student GPA, print enrolled. Right? See if I really do it like this is how I can execute. Now to connect your Google Colab, you need to click on the connect button. Now it's showing connecting, right? So it will take some time to connect, some time in some seconds only. It will connect it and then it will execute. See, I am able to print my all the values that I just wrote. Okay. Anyone have any questions on this? Okay, great. So now we'll talk about the thing that is printing descriptive labels. So printing is something that we know now, but printing something properly is also important thing. There's something called F string. But again, we will learn about F string in string section, but just for your namesake, I'm teaching you. What we do in F string, we just say one F, small f. Then we give like this course. Inside the course, we write something. I just show writing the code. Pressing print, let's say I'm typing, I am Tanmay. Okay. But now let's say I want to replace this Tanmay. How I want to do it? I'm giving a name variable here. Name equals to let's say Akshata. Okay. Typing her now. What I want now, whatever name will be there here, I just want to use this name here. So for that, what I need to do, I need to keep a f here, small f. F small f given here. Now what I give a curly brace here. So when you curly braces inside the string, it becomes one placeholder. Now what I can do, I can put any variable here, like I'm putting name. So now if I execute, now see, Akshata's name is coming. If I give Akshata's name, her name will come up. Okay. If I give Somadev's name, his name will come up. Okay. So this is how we do it. So same example I have showed here. See name, then colon, then the student name, age colon, then the student age, GPA colon, then the student GPA, and enrolled is enrolled. Again, this is we do just to beautify things, just to show things proper manner. That's why we use F string. Okay. Does this small f stand for format? Yes, F string means format string. Correct. F string means format string. Okay. All right. Next, multiple assignments. Python let you assign multiple variables in a single line. So for now, so far we have one variable, one value, but we can do multiple assignment too. Method one, assign the same value to multiple variables. If you want to assign same value to multiple variable, you can do like x equals to y equals to z equals to 0. Simple. And then I'm printing it. Again, I'll execute this code as let me to you and then step 2. Assign then values in one line. This is what we call as unpacking. So how I'm doing, see, length, comma width, comma height equals to 10, comma 5, 3. So what's happening? Length will go for 10, width will go for 5, height will go for 3. Okay? Just zoom it. Next method, swap two variables. Like you can equal to 100, big to 200. And if you swap inside Python in one line, what you need to do, just do a comma b equals to b comma a. When you are doing comma b to b comma, so a will become his value, become a's value, because you see right here we write length comma width comma height. So length will be 10, width will be 5, height will be 3. Likewise, if here a b equals to b comma a, so a will be b and b will be a. And if you execute this code, you will see it. See, x0, y0, z0, length with 5, 3, 3. Before swiping A was 100, B was 200. After swiping A is 200, B is 100. Great. So now we'll talk about the integer, which is the section 1 topic that we discussed. So what is integer again? You guys know maths, so you know integer, but I am again explaining it to you because someone may not know about it. So an integer is any whole number. Okay, it can be positive, it can be negative, or it can be also. So there is no size limit in Python integer, unlike other languages. Again, I don't know any other language than Python. I'm very sure on that. But in Python, there is no size limit in Python integers. Okay, you can use it as per your choice. That's why I will Python. We don't C plus plus. Okay, sorry for C plus plus lovers. Need to. Okay, example, you can see 42 is integer, 7 is also integer, 0 is also integer. 3.11 is not integer, this 5 is not integer. Okay. And what are the common uses of integers in Python? Counting something, you can use integers. Indexing, we use integer. Count, we use integer. This all we invent, we go forward, but these are the use cases of integers, right? So now the second thing is that section 1 we talk about integer. Okay. Second, I have defined integer is a variable. It's equal to 25, temperature minus 10, 0 value 0, population this one. So you guys might have seen one for the very first time. If you guys know even about Python, you guys might have seen underscore in numbers. It happens in Python. So we give underscore inside Python makes large numbers real. When you too much large number, na, we try to use underscore. Okay. And if I really try to execute, see. See, this comma. Again, this is number only. Don't think it is something else. It is number only. As I have given score. It is this. Because with our big numbers, that you see, right? When you, if you in a bank account, you may have 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs rupees, right? So on that time, you see commas are coming after zeros, right? So this is the way you can show inside Python. Okay. Okay. Talk about some arithmetic operations inside Python. A17, B5. I have chosen two variables. A equals to 17 and B equals to 5. And I'll be doing some arithmetic operations. And you guys already know about F string or format string. So now you guys can do the operations, correct? Like we are doing A plus B, A minus B. Again, A plus B, A minus B is normal addition and subtraction. A star B means multiplication inside Python. A slash B. So there are two things or two topics that we need to know about Python while doing the division. So when we do A slash B, this is called division. It always returns a float. Float means the decimal point value. When you single slash, you always get one decimal point value. But if you give double slash, which is called as float division, it drops the decimal and returns the integer. So this is the difference between this single slash and double slash inside Python. Okay. Then this sign we call it as percentage in our mathematical term. In coding term we call it as modulo. Simply it means the remainder after division. After division, whatever remainder you get, that we get it through modulo. Then A star B. This means to the power or exponent. Okay. So I will show you some example like 10. I am choosing A10 B5 and if I execute. See 10 plus 5 15, 10 plus minus 5, okay. 10 multiplied by 50, 10 divided by 5 2.0. Why? Because I already said that if you give single slash, right, it means it will always return you floating point division. Okay. And if you give double slash, it will give you always integer. If you give 10 modulo 5, again, you know, right? 10 is divisible by 5. So we get 0 as remainder. And 10 to the power 5 is 1 lakh. I guess it is 1 lakh. Yes. So the next thing that you talk about, integer number, like Python can store integers in binary, octal and hexadecimal. So you can store integers in binary, octal and hex too if you want to. And this is the example. Okay. Again, for this, I'm not showing you too many things. This is very normal thing if you want to store them. Okay. If you see, I have given decimal number 255. Okay. Okay. When I printed, it printed 2555. Okay. Normal. But when I printed binary number 0B, this means 1. Okay. This means also 255. And you see when I printed it, all printed 255 only. I have printed in the normal way, binary number, normal. I have not done any changes in automatically under this is a binary number. Okay. Then octal number. This is the signature of octal. If you want to write octal, you can write like this way. Again, this also means 255. See, it's doing that way only, and same for hex. Okay, same for hex, it is doing that. Now, if you want to convert and into faces using built-in function. So let's say you have an integer number and you want to convert it into something else, right? Like binary, octal, if you want to. Like I have chosen N42. Now, if you want to convert this 42 into binary, you have to call bin. Inside bin, just pass the value n in the brackets. If you pass this way, it will convert this number 42 into binary. If you pass inside oct, it will convert that into octal. If you pass inside hex, it will convert into hex string. In binary like this, octal looks like this, 42 in hex looks like this. So if you want to do it, you can do it. But mostly in projects, you will not use these things. But just I wanted to show you everything. That's why I'm showing you everything. Okay. Any question? Great. Now the next thing that we'll discuss about Python in sub unless position. So was it true? Did I say the truth or I lied? Let's check that. So what I'm doing here, I'm choosing a big number 2 to the power 100. Okay. And then I'm typing big number type. When you call type, right? When you call typing in, when you see this kind of colors, right? See, this is not a normal color. It's some other color. For bin also some other sort of color. When you see kind of you under this all built up by this is all written by Python already. Okay. So type will tell you what is the data type of it. Like you know, right? Integer is one kind of data type. Like we have other types that is plus, but we will tell is data type. Okay. So this is something which will tell data type. And I will comment this and just see what we get. See, 2 to the power 100 giving me this value. And I have mentioned right that Python have unlimited precision. See, and it is telling that the type of the thing told that is truth. Okay. Likewise, if I show you more example, if you want to find the factorial of 50, you know right how factorial calculate. So factorial of 50 can be a pretty big value. Okay. And if you see, this is the factorial of 50. Okay. And this is also one integer. Okay, everyone. Talk about section 2. So the section is all the float. What float? So float means floating point number is a number with a decimal point. Simple, it means float. It is used whenever you need precision on one numbers. When you need precision on full number, so such cases we need to know float. And something important we need to float. Floats are stored in binary internally. Okay. Floats or in binary internally which can cause rounding errors. This is not a Python bug. It's how all computers work. Okay. So like you can see, right? 0.1 plus 0.2 is like 0.300004, but not exactly 0.5. Okay. So this is for the image. Okay. And not common uses of floating point thing. Same so weights, distance, temperatures, scientific measurements, percentage and ratios. So in such cases you can use floating point number. Yeah. Now talk about central float. So again, float simple, you know, right? It has decimal point. Here you can see I have chosen one value pi. So in general, we talk the value of pi one, which is not one more. It is more than that. 3.1415926555809. This is the value of the actual pi. Temperature 36.6. And then temperature minus 40.5. Whole as float 5.4. Okay. This is the example of floating point number. Okay. Great. And guys, see the magic of Epstein or format string. See, isn't it pretty beautiful? See, I have chosen temperature this much degree Celsius. This is the INR sign, right? So if you know format string, right, you can really beautify any output, which is pretty good thing. Okay. There are scientific notations. So if you want to use any scientific notation, you can do that too, right? Like if you give 1 E3, if you write like this, 1 E3, it means 1 multiplied by 10 to the power 3, that means 1000. Okay, so you can see, right? Speed of light, we know the speed of light formula, right? It's 3E8, that means 3 multiplied by 10 to the power 8, which is 3 something millisecond. Okay, then electron mass 2.99 E31, that means 9.11 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 31 kg. Then Avogadro, this is Avogadro's number 0.6.022 E23. This is Avogadro's number, right? Again, I'll execute this code, but before that, let me explain this. When you say float INF, INF means infinity. When you say float INF like this is positive infinity. Again, don't think INF has text or string. No, float INF is positive infinity. And inside Python, infinity is floating point number. Minus INF, negative infinity, which is floating point number. It is a floating point number. It's not a text or a string. Okay. Then NaN, which means not a number. Okay. NaN means not a number. Again, this is not text, this is not string. This is a floating point number. So if you get anywhere NaN, infinity, you have to think this is float. And by keeping that thing in mind, you have to write a logic further. Okay. And this is all I execute now, and you can see we are getting all these values. So we are getting this value here, we are getting this value here, we are getting this value here. So I talk about the floating point precision problem that I already told you, right? So if I really see 0.1 plus 0.2, mathematically you should expect 0.3. Okay. But as computer stores floats in binary, you may not get that. Okay. So if I execute this, you will see it. See, 0.1 plus 0.2 is 0.3000004. So because it stores things in binary format, that's why your output like this, which is okay actually, right? You can see, right, this part. What this part is doing, it's a comparison section. Okay, again we discuss about comparison in more deeper manner, but just for your information, the result is a variable which will store the output of the addition of these two values, 0.1 plus 0.2, and and that output um, and that output will be stored inside result. Then are checking result equal to 0.3. It means the output of result, the value of result is very equal to 0.3 or not. I mean they are same or not. If they are same, true will come. If they are not, some false will come. So we got false here because the value is 0.3004 not equal to 0.3. Okay. Then see rounding off. If you want, you can round off your answer, right? Because when you get decimal point, it means that you are expecting, you can round off the value. Simple. So like calling round again, the color of round is very different, right? It means this is inbuilt in Python. Python is you okay. So 1 plus 0.2 comma 2. Okay. So 0.1 plus 0.2 is something we get. And what I'm doing, I'm telling make it round off till 2. That means after the decimal, we get only two values or two numbers. Okay. And now if I try, see, I got 0.3 and this comes true now. Okay. All right. What you can do, you can like finance for final application, you can do like this. You can call from decimal import decimal. So decimal is one library available inside Python. If you want, you can use that to convert these numbers into decimal points. Then it can do the job. Okay. And then same example for pi also. I have a pi 3.14159265. If you want to round off like 0 decimal, 2 decimal, 4 decimal, you can do that. See, this is 0 decimal. We have only 3.0. If you want 2 decimal, we are getting 3.14. If I give 4 decimal, then we are getting 3.1416. Yes. Then the fine, then ending flows. Correct. 144 1415. Then 9 is there, right? So we know mathematically if the next number is bigger than that, right? So what you do always have to add 1 plus 1 on top of it. Right? That's what you want plus. Right? Correct. For if you want formula flow that. So how let's do it. I have value 24569. I have 08763. Good. Let's format it. This is the default price. Default price is 214.568. Now we'll do decimals. If you want to format into decimals, what you need to do? Type price, then give a colon like this, then give a point of full stop, then plus 2f. If you do 2f like this mean at decimal places. If you give comma, then full stop, then 2f, it means that comma plus 2 decimal places. If you give only this one thing like this, it means multiply by 100 and add percentage. If you give E, it means scientific notation. If you get 12.2f, it means that write aligned in 12 characters. So this is the different kind of formatting you can apply on top of your floating point numbers. So here is only king. I never learned float this way. I am teaching float this way, but I never learned float this way. This float. Okay. All about that. Next part is comps. Just think, guys, we are doing Python in level. In this deep level. What will happen when you do machine learning? Think will happen when you do the learning. And do projects on that time. What will happen? Think. Okay. Again, for complex number, it's like I could not have it also this one because it has not used machine and project name again. Only about Python, so we need to know about it. That is that. So complex number have part, right? Real part and imaginary part. So real part is the regular number and imaginary part is the multiplied by G. Okay. Python uses J, not I like maths. Okay. Python doesn't use that way. Python use EJ question. It uses like this. 3 plus 4j. If you type like this, 3 plus j. So here 3 means the real part and 4 means the imaginary part. 4j means the imaginary part. Okay. Common like nursing, electrical engineering, physical simulation, Fourier transforms. If you guys are from maths background like me, you have about repeating the interest. Yeah, ML internally, though you rarely see it directly. Yeah. So in background, thing getting used, but we do not see. So I'm creating a variable C1, 3 plus 4j. So the syntax is this is the real part and this is the imaginary part. Okay. Then minus 2 plus 7j. Then 5j. Pure imaginary. You do not have any real part here. Then if you do not want to type 4j, 5j, right? You can call complex directly. Again, complex is Python's inbuilt. You can call complex, then you can pass the imaginary and the sorry, real and the imaginary. The first one going as real, second one going as imaginary. If you want to do that, you can pass this way. Okay. And if you want to extract the like let's say you have this kind of data, C plus 4 and if you want to extract the real number from this variable and imaginary number from this variable, you can just directly call C1 dot real. So I'm picking up this variable and I'm saying dot real. So it will give you the real part and dot imag will give you the imaginary part. Okay. When you execute this code, you'll get the answer. See, real part is 4.0, imaginary part is 4.0. Okay. Then the complex arithmetic. If you want to do the arithmetic operation using complex numbers, you can do that. A equals to 3 plus 4j, B equals to 1 minus 2j. So if we do bring complex arithmetic, A equals to A, B equals to B, then A plus B, A minus B, A star B, A divided by B. Okay? And these are some math operation that I talk later. I just execute this code. See, normal maths. Okay? And see, Python has one library called math, import math, C math, math. These are some libraries which can help you to execute some complex mathematical operation very easily. Okay, like you can see, I have this imaginary number, right? I mean the complex number I have, right? So if I want to calculate the magnitude of this number, I can just call EPS and it will give the magnitude. Okay. So if I say Z dot conjugate, it can flip the sign of imaginary part. Okay, like if I execute this code C minus 4 channel. Okay, then square root of minus 1. We are getting this value like 1 J. So these are the methods that you can use from C math. Okay, okay. We are good with B. String is a sequence of characters. सबको पता है. Letters, digits, symbols, spaces. Okay. So a string is a sequence of character and in the letter it can be it can be symbol, it can be spaces, blah blah blah. Okay. Strings are immutable. What does it mean? Immutable. Once created, they cannot be changed in place. Once you create a string, you cannot change this on it. Okay. Again, I discuss about it more, but for now you need to keep in mind strings are immutable. We cannot change it. Okay. So there are multiple ways how you can define one string. Single reports on this reports. Okay. Discuss about what are the common use cases about string. Storing names, messages, sentences, reading user input, file path URLs, data processing cases we use this um, string. So there are multiple ways how we can create string. And now next question comes up from you people. Why there are multiple ways to create a string? Because sometimes you need to use these ways together to write a string. Again, it will come up, but I'm just telling you, multiple options are there because multiple options can be merged together to do something using that. Okay. So name Arjun, single code example. City Mumbai, double code example. Message, see, this is purpose I want to say. Message as he said, Python is awesome. Guys, Python is awesome or not? Python is awesome? Tell me. Yeah, Python is awesome. So he said that Python is awesome. So now Python is awesome. Someone spoke Python is awesome. So in general, when we write something, That someone spoke thing. Try to write always in quotes. So you can see inside a single quote, we have written double quote. Why? Because this is how we write. So this is one example where single can find doubles. Okay, okay. Then it kept backslash. Is this kept backslash? So inside Python, when you give C backslash user backslash Arjun backslash desktop, it means what I do. When I time backslash, I'm getting single backslash. Why? Because inside Python, single backslash escape sequence. Escape sequence means if I have something after the single backslash, just equal it. It will not ignore next that will there back. So if you give two backslashes, when you really want to print a backslash, you have to give two backslashes. If you give two backslashes, it will give you single backslash. Okay. Next, now you can ask sir in next case we have made a single backslash, but still it has filtered. Why? Why? Because I have given something called R here, and R means raw string. When you give a R right, then it will not follow those escape character sequence and blah 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 things. It will not. When you give R, it means raw string. It will not do any escaping. And there is use of this triple quotes too. When you want to do something in multiple lines, like DCSA is in this line, multi-line string in another line, each line break is stored, right? When you want to type something in multi-line, you use this triple quotes. And this is the I'm executing and I'm getting the output. Anyone have any questions? Akshata, Mosina, Monica, Ramesh, Somadeep, Anishka. Vanshika, Varun. Right, right. Next is escape characters. Again, we'll discuss more about escape characters. I will not leave you people with any small topic also. I will not let you sleep. Okay. Escape character. So there are multiple escape characters available in Internet and we talk about them. First of all, when you give backslash n, it means new line inside Python. So when you print a string, this quotes. Inside the string, if you give backslash n, it means new line. If you give backslash t, that means a tab space. Like when you press tab in your laptop, right? It's a bigger called backslash t. Then backslash double. What does that mean? When you give backslash this na, actually when it will print, it will ignore this thing. It will ignore it. Ignore it up. Let me. Let's say let me just show you an example. Cash. Yeah. Print. Let's go me back. Is it a correct syntax or not correct syntax, guys? Is it a correct syntax or incorrect syntax? You tell me. Incorrect. Why? Because I have started one double quote here. I have ended the double quote here. They started double ended double quote here. But I want to print here like this. मुझे मुझे तो एक मुझे नहीं पता दुनिया भाड़ में जाए मुझे ऐसे प्रिंट करना है. So if it happens, Python knows we there can be people like this. They are so mad that they want to do something like this. So they kept this thing called literal double quote. If you give like this na, then it will not throw any error. That's all. Matlab, when you give a backslash like this na, it ignores this thing completely. It doesn't check this thing. Simple. That's why it doesn't throw any error. That's all. Okay. And when you give double backslash, it means a single backslash. And when you give backslash u, it means Unicode character. Simple. Execute this code. See. I got he said hello. I got name Arjun with a space. I got line 1, line 2, line 3 into multiple lines. I got the backslash like this. And I got a hurt like this. How? Because this is the Unicode character. This means this love sign. Okay? I have written a word called Python. Right? Python I have written a word called Python. Then what I did I simply printed indexing. I am doing indexing. So how indexing happens? Again, in first Python, there are two ways you can do the indexing. Positive indexing, negative indexing. Now for positive indexing, you can use 0, 1, 2, 3. For negative, you can use minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Like showed here. Okay. So indexing how it works. I am printing word. Okay, no problem. Now I am saying word 0. 0 means the first character. That means P. In Python, indexing starts from 0. Okay. And 0 means P here, 1 means Y here, 2 means T, 3 means H, 4 means O, 5 means N. So 0 means P, 3 means what? Guys, tell me 3 means what? 3 means what?
H.
H. 3 means H, like that. And when you talk about negative indexing, negative matlab starts from the end. So N is minus 1, O is minus 2, H is minus 3, T is minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. So what minus 1 will be n. And what will be what minus 2, guys? Tell me folks. O, correct. What minus 2 will be O. Now another thing called slashing. So in slashing what do? We share the starting index, stop index, stepping index. Slicing मतलब होता है when we slice the bread. You have bread in your home, right? Every morning you eat it and go to office, go to office. So you slice your bread, right? Same way you can slice your string too. You can have slicing. When we do slicing, we pass the starting index, stopping index, stepping index. We understand one by one. First of all, I am sentence. Hello Python world. No problem. All good. Right? Next, sentence 0 colon. That means here I'm saying starting 0, stopping 5. Okay? So index 0 to 4. But wait a second. You have given 0 colon 5. Why index 0 to 4? Because inside Python, we always start from 0 and that is why we always reach 1 from this. So if you give 5, it will actually go till 4. If you give 6, it will actually go till 5. Okay? So you need to keep that thing in mind while doing all this. Okay? So 0 colon 5, that means 0, 1, 2, no, sorry, here, no? 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I get only hello. Execute, I am getting hello. If I give you 7 colon 13, that means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 17, 13, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It will go in 12. So I am getting Python. And likewise, we are getting this indexing. So when we give colon 5, what does that mean? If you do not pass the starting, you do not pass the starting, it will start from 0. Mother will start from the very beginning. So if you do not mention the starting index, it will automatically start it from the 0. If you do not mention the ending index, it will start it from it will end it at the very end. Like here I mentioned the point number, I have ending point. It will start from 0 and go till 4. If you give colon nothing, then it starts from 7 and it will go till the end. Okay, and next thing, we forgot to discuss about step. What is step? So step is nothing but when you talk about step on that time what we do. First of all, you have to pass the starting, you have to pass the stopping. Okay. So starting is this, stopping is so I'm passing anything for ending. It means it will start from the zero and it will go till the end. But then giving by giving column, I have provided what it mean it is step is what it means like first print H, then jump two times H E one time, E two L two time print, then jump L two L one time, L two zero, oh sorry, L two O two times, then print this like this. See, we are getting like this. Then colon minus one. So when you give minus one, any negative number in this step, what it will do, try to reverse it. That minus one means what? It will reverse also. See, it will reverse the whole step. If you give minus two, then what it will do, jump in two times. But it will jump on top of this reverse string. Okay. Any card is Python string methods, right? So what we do in string methods, there are methods that we need to know string. Okay. So and not go by void and take is messy. I have a फालतू का space here. I have a फालतू का space. There's a purpose why I have written like that. Let's do it. Text not upper it will convert your all data into uppercase. Lower will convert everything. Work it. This started with for the capacity. It will pick every if letter. Swap case. What it will do? Swap case of each letter. That means this H is in capital letter. It will convert that into small letter. If E is just letter, it will convert the capital letter. Then shift. First just each of being the trail spaces. You see, I have written in spaces, right? If you call strip, it will remove all these unnecessary spaces. If every do left strip, that means it will set. Okay. The auto sweeping in this side. So it will only remove unnecessary space of the left side. R strip means all the unnecessary side. Okay. Okay. There is another method called find. So I have a string like S. Python is great. Python is fun. Okay. When I'm calling dot and pan, it will return me the index of Python. Okay. So you can see Python is here, right? So Python started from the index 0, right? Python started index 0. So this will return me 0. Why? Because this is the it has Python and starting alphabet is in 0th index. So that is why it will return 0. Okay. Then count. If you do s.count, it will count how many times Python occurred. You can, if you want to search anything else, you can search, but I'm searching Python. Okay. So s is the string, and I'm saying s.count Python. Okay. Then starts with. Starts with means it will check like here I passed s dot starts with py, which means that is my string starting with py or not? If it's starting with py, it will return true. If it is not, it will return false. So in my case, it started with py, so that's why I'm saying true. Ends with simple, same thing. Is it ending with fun or not? If it is true, if it is not, false. And great in is. What is that thing? When you search any string, you want to check is this string inside my a string or not. So great is there inside a string or not. That's what I'm checking. If grade is there inside my string, it will say yes or true. If it is not, it will say false. Simple. Okay. And I just hold it here and just execute this code to show the output. See, this is the uppercase output, this is lowercase output, this is the title, this is the swap case, and this is the stripping output. And this is the find, count, starts with, ends with, and repeat. And the very last thing that is all about replace and split. So when we do s dot replace, when you want to replace any string, right, you can replace like this. S dot replace equals to Python AI. So I'm saying you search Python, if you find Python, then replace it with AI. Replace everything. Okay. So then what I'm saying s dot split this bracket. What does it mean? I'm saying you just split my string with this space. And when it will split now, it will convert that into list that I will show you. Okay. And if you want to join, if you want to join multiple string, you can join like this. But join, I will not show you. Join, I will show you when we talk about list. On that time, we talk about join. But I'm not talking about join now. Okay. Yeah. So this is the output. See, Python is replaced by AI now. And when I did split with space, right? Just split it based on space. See, Python के पास space we have, इसके पास space we have. After Python again we have space. So based on that, it has created a list.